Alrighty, so in today's Google Drawing tutorial, we are going to be making an owl. I usually like to do this with the book Owl Moon, but that is not necessary. So I'm going to head into the Google Classroom, choose my assignment, and I'm going to hit the Add or Create button and come all the way down here to Drawings, which is the red one. All right, once that pops up, it is here under my test assignment, and so the first thing we're going to do is change our background color. So to do that, I'm going to take 2 fingers and click down on my mouse pad, and it brings up this menu. From here, I'm going to choose background, and I'm going to choose a nighttime color since owls are nocturnal. Ooh, that was a hard sentence for me to get out this morning. All right, to start my owl off, I'm going to decide what shape I want him to be, and I think I want kind of circular, ovalish body for my owl. And in my colors, I can choose one of these pre-made browns down here, but I'm not in love with that color. So I might use that for the body, but I might change it up a bit for the head. For the head, I'm actually going to use 2 circles instead of 1, and I will show you why in a second. So I have my first one started, and now I'm going to hit the Control D button to duplicate that. Now, as you can see right now, it does still have that line in between. It doesn't look like one connected owl. So in order to change that, I'm going to click on one. I'm going to hit the Shift key and click on my other shapes. And then up here, instead of using the paint bucket to change my color, I'm going to use this little pencil that says border color. And I'm going to make it the exact same color that I made my fill-in color. So now when I click off of it, you can see it looks like one continuous shape. It's all the same. Now I'm going to finish working on my eyes. So I'm going to make some circles in there, kind of for the colored section. I actually like that light blue, so I might keep that. And then I'm going to make another smaller circle, for the pupils of my owl. And again, I'm going to change my color using my paint bucket tool before I duplicate. That way I only have to worry about changing the color once. Now my owl needs a beak, so I'm going to come into shapes, and there's a triangle option right here, but I know I would have to flip that upside down if I wanted to use that one. To make things a little easier, I think I'm going to use this flowchart merge shape, which is really just an upside down triangle already for my owl's beak. That way I don't have to worry about flipping that upside down. My owl still needs wings, so I am going to use my shapes again. And again, I'm going to click on this circle shape, even though when I draw it, I'm going to drag, draw while clicking, and make it a little bit more of a different shape. Now, I don't want this to be the exact same color as my previous color for my owl body, because I think that's going to make it just look like it blends in too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up to my colors and I'm going to choose custom. And then I'm just going to drag it to a little bit of a different brown. Hit OK. And you can see it's a little bit lighter, but I like it. Now the great thing about that custom color is if I went back up to the line tool, it stays right down here in my custom folder for this project. So I can click on that, and again, the line around my owl's wing disappears because it's the same color. So I'll click on that shape and duplicate it. I have to turn it a little using this little toggle up at the top. And there I have my 2 wings. So next up are going to be my owl's feet. So for the feet, there's a couple different ways we can do it. I think one of the nice ways to do it is to use this diagonal stripe and create this little foot using 3 of those. So I'm going to change the color, and I'm going to change the line color on the outside to the same orange. And then I'm going to hit duplicate, and I can turn it a little bit and line it up so that now they're kind of in the same space. So I'm going to duplicate that again, turn it, line it up, and we can see that now I have a little foot. If I want to make this same exact foot over again, I can just click down, drag my shape over just those feet, and you can see it highlighted all of them. Now I can Control D and it made a duplicate of all three of those at the same time. So now when I click off of it, we're going to draw a little branch for the owl to sit on. So in order to do that, instead of choosing shapes, I'm going to come over here to my line tool and use this little arrow that points down. And I'm going to choose Scribble, which is down here at the bottom. Now I can click and drag to draw a little branch, let go, and I think I want another little piece coming off of it to make it look like a branch, so I clicked and dragged and let go. But my mouse is still shaped like a plus sign, meaning that it's still going to create another line if I try to keep drawing if I try to click on anything right now. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to just choose my arrow select tool again. And you can see it automatically clicked on that. So now what I can do if I want to make that thicker is come up here to the line weight. It looks like 3 little lines. And I can choose how thick I want that to be. That's a good thickness, I think. So I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to choose the same thickness. So now it looks like I have a little branch. Unfortunately though, my owl's feet are sitting behind the branch. So in order to fix that, I'll click on my branch. I'll come up here to the word arrange and I will come down to order. And then not send backwards. Sending backward is only going to send it behind the last object that you drew. Send to back will send it all the way back behind everything except for your background color. So now we have an owl, and I'm going to make sure that I come back to the classroom and hit the turn in button. Alrighty, I hope that you enjoyed making the owl as much as I enjoyed making them. And you can see here I used a little bit of a different shape, but it still looks just as good. Alrighty, have fun!